For those of you that don't know, I'm Kathy, and I have a 10-month-old baby boy, and his name is Julian. And today I decided to talk about breastfeeding. I want to share some tips with you guys. I know it's when I had my baby, I wish there was more videos that would give me tips, that told me all about pumping, because I was exclusively pumping and I felt kind of lost, didn't know what to do. So I hope this video helps some of you guys. And so
A few minutes later.
so I so my story started. So I was all for breastfeeding Julian. The first time mom, you really don't know what you're doing, so it's really difficult for you to say this is what's going to happen, this is how things are going to work out, because you know things don't always work the way that you want them to. So I started breastfeeding and it hurt like crazy. And like when I tell you guys it hurt a lot, like it was, I'm good with pain, and the pain from a 1 to 10 was like a 9. And I wasn't sure why I was feeling so much pain. I thought, you know, it's normal for you to have one around me, like, is it normal? And everyone would say yes, like, it hurt. And like a few people that I spoke to knew that that wasn't normal. So I went to a lactation consultant, and Julian had tongue tie. And if you guys aren't familiar with that term, I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and post what tongue tie is. So he basically had like the extra tissue like stuck. So when I went to the lactation consultant, she was like, oh, that's why you know, it's hurting so bad. We decided to cut, you know, the little extra like skin, or I don't even know what to call it, the little extra part that he had. So you know, I thought that was gonna be a success. The doctor told me, oh, you're hurting me. Yeah, you're hurting mommy. And so, what are you doing? You're not letting mommy talk. And so, long story short, we didn't have to do it, but I was told it was a very easy procedure. So we decided to do it. You done? Are you done? So we decided to do it, and so we decided so we decided to go with the procedure, and it was really quick, and it didn't hurt him at all. Let's rewind back to me being in the hospital. I got help from some lactation consultants, and it's funny because every time that a lactation consultant will help me, he will latch on quick. Like it was like I was a pro. He already knew what he was doing. But once we got home, it was a whole different story. So I think that's like another thing too, that I didn't know what was going on, and he was hungry. So that first night, let me tell you, it was horrible. Like I was so lost. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to. Are you drinking water? I didn't know what to do, and he started crying because he was so hungry. So I ended up having to bottle feed him. And you know, once they're 2 days old, they don't need that much milk. So I was just like hand expressing and like doing all that stuff. And then I started pumping. And then I just felt like pumping was like the easier for me, since my nipples were already in so much pain, and I didn't know about the nipple shield. And a nipple shield is very useful, and I think even if you guys don't have trouble with breastfeeding, I think you guys should purchase a nipple shield and some nipple balm, because shields are basically made out of plastic, and they just protect at the time. But eventually you kind of get used to, the pain goes away, because you know your body gets used to breastfeeding and stuff. So I basically just felt like pumping was working for me. I used the Medela pump. I think it's the Pump and Style, and at first I only got like 1 or 2 ounces, like from both boobs. And if you know how much that is, like that's literally nothing. Like when the baby's small, it's fine, but it was literally nothing. So I started just doing both formula, and I started doing and I was doing my milk, and it was working fine. And I see a lot of YouTubers, or just like people around me that I know, that they're just like, oh, like I didn't have enough milk, like, it just never came in. No, maybe that is possible, but I feel like it's important for you to try. I was so stubborn, and I was like, no, like I'm gonna try everything that I can, and if nothing comes out, if I don't have enough milk, if I don't produce that much milk, then I'm just gonna stop breastfeeding. If something, Juju. So oatmeal was like my number one thing. Water as well. Make sure to always like keep yourself hydrated, not just for breastfeeding, but for your postpartum. I feel like it's gonna help you, and just for your health. Like, just drink a lot of water. Make sure you have, like, me personally, what helps me is like drinking out of a straw, like what he's doing right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but I got this at the hospital, and it's 32 ounces, and I fill these up, and I'm always like carrying them around. And I was doing that when I was breastfeeding as well, and it helped me a lot. So I would buy cookies. I know there's like certain pills that you can take that they sell on Amazon that also work for your milk. I used to exclusively pump, so every 3 hours I was pumping. And pumping a lot just tells your body, like, we need more milk, we need to produce more milk. So definitely that. And yeah, I think those are some of the things that helped me. Eventually, I think when he was 2 or 3 months, I started making enough milk, so he didn't need any formula anymore. So that was good. And yeah, I just didn't give up. I just kept trying. I didn't want to sing. I was producing more because I wasn't so stressed out about having to give him that much milk. So I ended up making, like, more than enough milk. I wish I had the normal experience that other people had, which was like, breastfeeding, not pumping, and giving him the bottle. But I'm happy with my decision, and I'm happy that I did everything I could possible. Like, everyone is different, so I definitely encourage you to try it if you have the chance to. But if it's taking too much of a toll on your mental health, then definitely stop, because I feel like you matter the most, and if you're happy, your baby's happy. I hope you guys liked my video. Make sure you click on the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. So say bye. Say bye. Besos. Ah. You guys want to see his shirt? It says spit happens. Yes. Yeah. Show them your shirt. Say, this is my shirt. Recommend, try if possible. I know everyone's different. Everyone's body's different. It might work for some people. It might not work for other people. Everyone is different, and like, you have different priorities as well. Like, sometimes, you have to go back to work and you don't have a pump, or, you don't have time to keep pumping when you're at work, even though, the losses happen all the time. So just don't feel discouraged if you're not breastfeeding. Fed is best, and I hope that you guys take something from this. And yeah, if you liked my video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on my next video.